Hello fans, incredible victory for Barca, champion of La Liga. Victory in Cornellà means a 27th domestic championship. And the first under Xavi. We are the champions. FC Barcelona have beaten Espanyol in Cornellà to mathematically clinch the club's 27th league title. And the first under Xavi Hernández. It has happened with 4 games still in hand. And completes a fabulous season in which the Spanish Super Cup trophy was also conquered in Saudi Arabia. Barca utterly dominated La Liga 2022-23. Despite stumbling off the blocks with a 0-0 draw at home to Rayo. They followed that with a run of 7 wins in a row, conceding just 1 goal in the process. And that defensive brilliance would continue, with the team on course to set all kinds of records for the fewest goals against and the most clean sheets. And that defensive brilliance would continue, with the team on course to set all kinds of records for the fewest goals against and the most clean sheets. Some thought 3-1 defeat in the Clásico may have sparked a turn for the worse in Barca's campaign, but far from it. They won every game, including a spectacular comeback at Osasuna with just 10 men, before the competition took a break for the World Cup in Qatar. Another setback, a 1-1 draw at home to Espanyol, proved to be no more than a minor hiccup as the winds flowed again in early 2023, often by the narrowest of margins, including a surprising number of 1-0 victories, boosted by success in the Spanish Super Cup. The Catalans threaded together 7 wins on the trot. That run was interrupted by a 1-0 loss in Almeria. Every team has the occasional off day. Barca were already so far ahead that they could afford to slip up now and again. But there was still the concern of the Clásico at Spotify Camp Nou, where Real Madrid had the chance to close the gap to just 6 points. And they might have done it, had their late winner not been cancelled out for offside. Instead, Kessi's goal at the other end widened the Barca lead to 12 points. The job was as good as done. Teams in that kind of situation often have a tendency to relax and start dropping silly points. Indeed, Barca did lose to Rayo and were held to a couple of 0-0 draws. But otherwise, they continued to collect wins, including a brilliant 1-0 defeat of an Atletico Madrid side that was threatening to leap back into the title race. With every win, it was looking more inevitable that the title was going to be Barca's. And the 2 Madrid clubs weren't helping their own causes by dropping points they would normally expect to win. All Barca needed now was mathematical confirmation, and today against Espanyol, it finally happened. This was the first Barca League title since 2018-19 under Ernesto Valverde, prior to the pandemic. But although it is the first for 4 years, it is also the 9th in the last 15. Since Guardiola took over as coach in 2008, Barca has won 60% of the editions, having won the league 8 times as a player. Xavi now has another as manager, and he has done it with an extraordinarily young side, with breakthrough talents like Pedri, Gavi and Araujo, showing that there are replacements aplenty for the likes of Gerard Piqué, who retired mid-season, and Sergi Busquets, who will be leaving at the end of it, having won the 32nd and last of his honors in a glittering career at the club. We are the champions, and we mean to go on and on and on and on.